proceed, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time we drop a video, which is either gonna be Monday or Friday, of course. All right, and hit us up with that super like. All right, we greatly appreciate it. And check out these Mixed Nuts friends. All right, guys, these guys are super fantastic. They're available on all platforms. Check them out. You can check us out on Instagram. That's that Mixed Nuts 3000, of course. That Mixed Nuts 3000. Run it.
Some news stories make you double-check the calendar to see if it's April Fool's Day. This is one of them. The US needed to fill a top terrorism prevention job, a role where decisions can mean the difference between a normal Tuesday and disaster. So who did they pick? Not a seasoned general or CIA analyst, but a 22-year-old recent college grad. Thomas Fugate, whose biggest recent challenge was probably balancing textbooks and beer money, is now a leading figure at Homeland Security. The department responsible for preventing terrorism and hate-fueled violence is now led by someone who was likely cramming for finals just months ago. It's like handing your car keys to your nephew because he's good at video games. What could go wrong? Fugate was put in charge of the Center for Prevention Programs and Partnerships, managing an $18 million grant program. The previous head was an Army veteran with decades of experience. Now, it's Fugate, whose experience we'll get to in a moment. The transition feels less like passing the torch and more like handing a live grenade to a toddler. The audacity is almost impressive, a government truly out of resumes, or maybe just out of willing applicants. Picture the hiring manager scrolling past counterterrorism specialist and landing on Fugate's page. Hey, this kid knows landscaping and Model UN. He's a double threat, can edge the White House lawn and apparently national security. Welcome to a new era, where trimming hedges is apparently a transferable skill for trimming down terrorist networks. It's bold, it's baffling, and it's real. Sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. So, what prepared Thomas Fugate for a top counterterrorism job? According to his LinkedIn, his qualifications are unique. He worked as a part-time grocery clerk and a landscaper, both honest jobs but not exactly crisis management. Handling a pickle jar spill isn't quite the same as handling a national security threat. Maybe the plan is to defeat extremism with perfectly sculpted shrubbery. His most relevant experience, Secretary General of his college model UN club, where students pretend to solve global crises. It's like saying you're ready to fly a plane because you've played Flight Simulator. There's a big difference between arguing over a fictional embargo and handling a real intelligence brief. His standout qualification? Loyalty. He worked on the Trump campaign and was a big fan of the boss. In this administration, loyalty trumped actual expertise. No prior government leadership, no security, no counterterrorism experience. Zero. He was a special assistant in an immigration office before this. But the leap to leadership was staggering. It's the political equivalent of being a bat boy one day and the team manager the next. You just hope he doesn't try to put the star pitcher on snack duty. The message was clear: loyalty over competence. The resume raised more questions than answers. Was this a bold experiment or just desperation? Either way, the stakes were high. The nation's security was now in the hands of someone whose biggest crisis might have been a lawnmower that wouldn't start. It's a hiring story for the ages, and not in a good way. Imagine Fugate's first day, walking into a security briefing surrounded by generals and analysts. The lead analyst asks for his direction on a credible threat. Fugate, fresh from HEB, wonders if anyone's on express checkout. Staffers compared meetings with him to career counseling, advising their boss on his own professional development. Picture a seasoned agent suggesting, "Tom, maybe learn the difference between Hezbollah and Hamas before reinventing intelligence." Fugate tries to apply landscaping logic. Terrorists are like weeds, right? Just pull them out from the root. The room falls silent, unsure if it's a metaphor or a genuine suggestion to spray Roundup on a foreign country. It's less Sun Tzu, more Bob Vila. The staff was shocked by his lack of knowledge about the programs he was supposed to lead, The nation's security apparatus in this corner was run by someone still getting alumni donation letters. The appointment didn't go unnoticed by actual counter-terrorism experts. Politicians, officials, and experts responded with disbelief, outrage, and mockery. Senator Chris Murphy summed it up. As our nation girds for possible Iranian terrorist attacks, this is the person Trump put in charge. 22 years old, recent work landscaping grocery clerk. The setup was the punchline. Even the counter-terrorism community was alarmed. One official called it very dangerous territory. A researcher said it was like putting the intern in charge, an insult to interns everywhere. Even anti-Trump Republicans posted, "God help us all." When your own side is praying for divine intervention, you know it's bad. The consensus, this was not a serious appointment for a serious job. The administration's defense? Downplay the office as insignificant, hardly reassuring. In the same breath, they claimed Fugate was chosen for his success. Success at what exactly? The justifications were as thin as his resume. Imagine a day in Fugate's office. He struggles with the government computer system, calling IT about his password. Urgent intelligence briefs double as coasters for his energy drink. In a meeting, analysts present a new radicalization threat. Fugate suggests a TikTok dance challenge. Don't join a terror cell shuffle. Analysts stare, souls leaving their bodies. Lunch is a break. He talks college football and grass stains. Reviewing grant proposals, he skips a data-driven youth outreach plan and circles one to build a giant bald eagle statue. This is how you build patriotism. Approve it. The day ends with a video call with Allied intelligence officials. Fugate breaks the ice. What was your major in college? The German chief replies, "My major concern is the threat we're discussing." Fugate smiles. It's all about networking. The line goes silent as foreign agents mute to sigh in exasperation. It's a management style that's more sitcom than security. The stakes, still very real, and the confusion, off the charts. The timing of this appointment turned it into political satire. Tensions with Iran were at a boiling point. US cities on high alert, the world holding its breath. This was the moment to put a 22-year-old in charge of domestic terrorism prevention. It's like teaching your kid to fly a kite in a hurricane. On one side, deadly serious international conflict. On the other, Fugate, whose biggest conflict was probably a roommate dispute. The message to the world? Confusing at best. Allies scratched their heads, adversaries probably laughed. It was a bold declaration. We've put our model UN champion on the case. What does this appointment say about government? You could spin it as faith in youth, but let's be real. It was about loyalty. Fugate's most important qualification wasn't landscaping. It was political allegiance. In this system, who you support matters more than what you know. Filling key security roles as political favors erodes trust and turns serious jobs into punchlines. The consequences? No laughing matter. The takeaway? Be ambitious. If a 22-year-old landscaper can fight terrorism, you can do anything with the right patron. God help us all. But hey, at least the White House lawn will look fantastic. Sometimes the truth is stranger and scarier than fiction.
All right, Mixed Nuts, that is it for me today. I'm about to make like a baby and head out. If you want to support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/mixednuts. We got new videos coming every Monday or Friday. Of course, you can check us out on Instagram. That's that Mixed Nuts 3000. And until next time,